Sawadee Cup, I'm JP Mestanza. Today is Friday, February 4th. Welcome to Phuket Extra, brought to you by pvcphuket.com. Officials here in Phuket are asking the Thai government in Bangkok to revise the COVID-19 screening measures for international arrivals after reports of several tourists testing positive when they arrive on the island, which local officials fear will only get worse. Vice Governor Pichit Panapong, during Thursday's teleconference between Phuket COVID control organizations and the CCSA in Bangkok, said that infections are rising among international arrivals and that this is putting pressure on the island in arranging hospitals and hospitels for a growing number of tourists. He blamed it largely on fake negative COVID results from testing done before tourists depart to Thailand, along with inaccurate testing. He also said that some travelers use rapid antigen tests instead of RT-PCR tests that are required before they leave for Thailand, a problem he says is beyond Phuket's authority to deal with. He says that the tourist infection rate of about 3% after the tests are conducted on arriving passengers is alarming, and that if this number surpasses 5%, it would overwhelm the island's hospital and hospital isolation system. Despite promising to find measures to help curb rising COVID infections among arriving tourists, the CCSA's operations centers on Thursday foresaw an even greater burden on Phuket, as up to 40% of the 20,000 international tourists registering to enter Thailand under the Test and Go scheme on Monday chose to arrive in Phuket. For more, visit thephuketnews.com. Phuket health officials will start providing vaccination injections to children aged between 5 and 11 years old today as the campaign to vaccinate all people on the island against COVID continues. The first children to be vaccinated will be those deemed to be at greater risk of developing serious infections from the virus. More than 30,000 children have been registered to be vaccinated, according to officials, and while only 2,000 doses of the Pfizer vaccine have arrived in Phuket so far, more are on their way. For more, visit thephuketnews.com. Apologies are being issued to more than 23,000 students who took last year's university entrance exams, whose personal information are being sold right now on the internet by hackers. The Council of University Presidents of Thailand, the CUPT, issued an apology this week after news hit that hackers had stolen over 826,000 files from the database of the Thai University Central Admission System. Those files included the personal information of more than 23,000 students nationwide who were part of the third round of university admissions examinations in May of 2021. The information stolen included names, identity card details, and grades, and they've just popped up for sale on the dark web, with the CUPT saying they will, once again, review the database and working procedures. But this came at a bad time for them. This comes 2 weeks after the CUPT drew the ire of students. In leaked messages between the CUPT and high school students, the CUPT said they were not going to accommodate students who test positive for COVID-19 and could not attend the upcoming university admissions exams, saying that the students can, quote, take it next year or go for other majors that don't require test results. Thai Twitter blew up at the CUPT, with frustrated students expressing their discontent with an educational institution which they say had 2 years of dealing with the COVID crisis, the lockdowns, the lack of in-class instruction, and could not be a little amenable to students who test positive. On top of that, now the CUPT has a security breach to deal with, along with the personal information of tens of thousands of students being sold online. Even with that, the head of the National Cybersecurity Agency told the Bangkok Post that the leak could have been caused by an error by university staff who carelessly exported data from the database. For more, visit thephuketnews.com. Quality guaranteed since 2012. Call M Painting today. A villager in Songkhla province had his leg blown off after stepping on a bomb that was buried in the district, and it may be connected to the violent incident this week that took place at a mosque in which 3 militants were killed. 44-year-old Sutisak Minsen was walking towards his favorite fishing spot near a local bridge in Songkhla's Mu 9 village when he accidentally stepped on a mine that blew off his right leg and caused serious wounds to the right side of his body. Locals rushed him to a nearby hospital. Now, police say that they believe the explosive was planted by insurgents in the area, since it took place about 4 to 5 kilometers from the same mosque that was the center of a violent clash between soldiers and armed insurgents on Thursday morning. In that clash, 3 militants were killed. The 3 were hiding in the mosque, according to reports, and soldiers had arrest warrants at the ready outside. Authorities say that prior to that clash, local officials, Islamic leaders, and relatives tried in vain to persuade the suspects to surrender. Instead, 3 armed men ran out of the building and started shooting and were subsequently killed. A 4th man was captured. The clash came a week after 13 small explosions struck Yala province, which killed at least 1 person, believed to be connected to insurgents in the area. The violence is part of a decades-old separatist insurgency in predominantly Buddhist Thailand's largely ethnic Malay Muslim provinces of Yala, Patani, and Narathiwat that has also touched Songkhla province and has claimed the lives of more than 7,300 people since 2004. The violent incidents took place as peace talks are finally reopened between the main insurgent group, the BRN, and the Thai government. For more, visit thephuketnews.com. Phuket recorded 536 total cases on Thursday, February 3rd, including 157 infections of tourists. So far during February, the island has seen 1,586 cases for an average of about 529 cases a day and a death toll of 2. Since the pandemic began, Phuket recorded 36,549 cases and a death toll of 158. Meanwhile, Thailand cases remain relatively high, with 9,909 cases reported for Thursday, along with 22 more COVID fatalities. Thank you so much for joining us on this Friday edition, as well as this entire week here on Phuket Extra, brought to you by pvcphuket.com. Join us again on Monday, where we'll catch you up with all the news you missed over the weekend. Until then, stay classy, Phuket.
Phuket's rapid modernization has made it one of the world's premier holiday destinations. Investors can still buy quality condominiums for as low as $75,000, and luxury properties can go all the way up to $20 million. Condominiums in Phuket are a safe, secure bricks-and-mortar investment offering foreigners freehold ownership. Call or email Thai Residential, Phuket's #1 trusted real estate advisor, to find your perfect Phuket property.